On Business Radio, Broad Street Radio. The following are the headlines for the news update today, the 25th day of the month of November 2021. NLC rejects proposed 5,000 naira stipend to replace petrol subsidy. Nigeria Air to commence operations April 2022, says federal government. And in business, Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC stalls as Ecobank winds up proceeding against Honeywell. CBN to publish names of agric loan defaulters. Market sustains flat performance as capitalization declines further by 11.36 billion naira. Good morning. Welcome to the news update from your number one business radio, Broad Street Radio, in association with Automedics Auto Care Limited, Ajao Estate Branch, and Dependable Securities Limited. I am Atusi James, and here are the news in full. The Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) has rejected the proposed 5,000 naira for 40 million poor Nigerians when the subsidy on petroleum motor spirit (PMS) is removed. NLC President Ayuba Waba said in Abuja last night that there are no ongoing talks between Labour and the federal government, as negotiation was adjourned since many months ago. NLC accused the government of adopting monologue in arriving at its conclusion on subsidy removal, stressing that it will continually reject a deregulation that is anchored on importation of petroleum products. It also said constant devaluation of the naira wouldn't guarantee a realistic pump price of petrol. Also, the Senate and economic experts also faulted the federal government's plan to pay 5,000 naira each to 40 million Nigerians to cushion the effect of the fuel subsidy removal. The Federal Executive Council (FEC) has approved April 2022 as the official date for the commencement of the operations of much-awaited Nigeria Air. The Minister of Aviation, Senator Hadis Sirika, disclosed this when he, along with Ministers of Transportation and Finance, Budget and National Planning, Rotimi Amechi and Zainab Ahmed, respectively, briefed the State House correspondents on the outcome of the FEC meeting. According to Sirika, the majority of shares of 49% of the Nigeria Air project will be owned by strategic equity partners, 46% by Nigerians, while the federal government will own 5% of the shares. The minister revealed that Nigeria Air, when operational, would generate over 70,000 jobs, saying these 70,000 jobs, they are higher than the total number of civil servants that we have in our country. Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), Professor Mahmood Yakubu, yesterday said the electoral body will ensure implementation of direct primary as passed by the National Assembly as soon as it is assented by the President Muhammadu Buhari. The INEC boss, at an interactive meeting with senior journalists in Lagos, said he had the political will to implement any law that would advance democracy in Nigeria. Also speaking on the just concluded Anambra State governorship election, Yakubu said despite the fact that the election was conducted under difficult circumstances, the commission was able to conduct credible and fair election, noting that few technical glitches experienced during the poll would be corrected before 2023 general elections. He blamed the technical issue on some trained ad hoc members of staff that absconded few hours to the election and difficulties posed by commercial transport owners hired to carry technical officers to some areas. Ecobank Nigeria Limited has advised Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC against the proposed acquisition of equity stakes in Honeywell Flour Mills PLC. This is the business news. The bank alleged that Honeywell Group Limited, the parent firm, had not been servicing its loan with it, according to the Punch. In a letter addressed to the managing director of Flour Mills of Nigeria, signed by solicitors to EcoBank, Kunle Ogumba and Associates, the company, as well as the public and corporate bodies, were warned of the danger inherent in dealing in any shares of the company. However, Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC and Honeywell Flour Mills PLC have said the proposed acquisition of significant interest of HFMP and FMN is not in breach of any court order. FMN, in a statement obtained from the Nigerian Exchange Limited on Wednesday and signed by its company secretary Joseph Umolu, said the recent announcement by the group to assume majority shareholder status of Honeywell was made after carrying out necessary due diligence and obtaining appropriate legal guidance. Also, Honeywell Flour Mills PLC, in a statement signed by its company secretary, Yewande Giwa, said it is pertinent to set the record straight that there is no winding up petition currently pending or live against HFMP in any court in Nigeria. There is also no pending court restraining trading in the shares of HFMP or inhibiting HFMP or its owners from dealing in its assets. The company assured investors, regulators, and stakeholders that in all of its engagement with FMN, it received independent legal advice. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has said it will soon publish in the newspapers names of loan defaulters under its agricultural credit guarantee scheme. This is according to a document titled Guidelines for the Agricultural Credit Guarantee Scheme, recently released by the CBN. The CBN also warned that borrowers who divert the funds provided under the Agricultural Credit Guarantee Scheme Fund might earn a 5-year jail term. According to the CBN, the funds aim to provide a guarantee in respect of loans granted by lending banks for agricultural purposes under the scheme, adding that in furtherance of the scheme, the bank will do what it must to recover loans from defaulters. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State yesterday presented a proposed budget of 1,388 trillion naira to the State House of Assembly for the 2022 fiscal year. The proposed appropriation bill, christened Budget of Consolidation, comprises 1.135 trillion naira and deficit financing of 253.1 billion naira. While about 823.4 billion naira, 59% of the 2022 budget, is earmarked for capital expenditure, 565 billion naira, 41% of the recurrent expenditure, which includes personnel costs, overhead, and debt services. Governor Sanwo-Olu said that the state would be spending 325 billion naira to deliver vital infrastructure projects in key sectors to energize and expand the growth of the state's economy. The NGX closed on a flat note amid sell-offs and buyer interest as the benchmark all-share index (ASI) from the depreciated by 2 basis points. The NGX ASI closed at 43,245.02 points to reflect a decline of 0.02 from the previous trading day and a year-to-date YTD return of 7.39%. Meanwhile, the market capitalization increased by 11.36 billion naira. At the close of market yesterday, Wednesday, 24th of November 2021, the stock market value currently stands at 22.57 trillion naira from 22.58 trillion naira in the previous trading day. The market break closed positive as Living Trust led 19 gainers and 15 losers, topped by Honeyflower at the end of yesterday's session. The stock market has advanced by 2,974.30 base points since the start of the year. The following are the NGX ASI top gainers after yesterday's trading session. Living Trust was up by 10% to close at 88 kobo. Chams was up by 9.52% to close at 23 kobo. Aiko was up by 9.26% to close at 59 kobo. Ikeja Hotel was up by 8.70% to close at 1 naira 25 kobo. NDX Group was up by 7.84% to close at 16 naira 50 kobo. The following are the NGX ASI top losers of yesterday's trading session. Honey flour was down by 9.78% to close at 3 naira 69 kobo. Etana was down by 9.02% to close at 6 naira 5 kobo. Regalins was down by 7.69% to close at 36 kobo. Cornerstone was down by 7.14% to close at 52 kobo. Wema Bank was down by 3.61% to close at 80 kobo. This is the news update from your number one business radio, Broad Street Radio, in association with Automedics Auto Care Limited, Ajao Estate Branch, and Dependable Securities Limited. Before I go, a recap of the major stories. NLC rejects proposed 5,000 naira stipend to replace petrol subsidy. Nigeria Air to commence operations in April 2022, says federal government. And in business, Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC stalls as Ecobank wind up proceeding against Honeywell. CBN to publish names of agric loan defaulters. Market sustains flat performance as capitalization declines further by 11.36 billion naira. Enjoy the rest of the day. I am Otusi James Chuku and you are listening to your number one business radio, Broad Street Radio. Coming up next at 8:30 a.m. is the newspaper review with Semo Sinachi and Eze on your number one business radio. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. It's still Broad Street Radio, your number one business radio.
In your face.